Alright, I'm Rich. I'm here to talk about Team A. I'm here to talk about the visual system and how it resolves ambiguities by making different types of assumptions and talking about some of these assumptions. Sorry I couldn't be there, but I'm kind of like busy in Florida right now. You can tell from the shades. It's really sunny in my room, so I'm wearing them to kind of give you the effect. I also got some pretty cool seashells here. I might bring some back if I don't lose them. So we're looking at party gifts, so bonus for paying attention to my video. I'm going to talk a little about these visual systems, how they work, and then I'm going to talk a little about the five phenomenon. And then my teammates are going to talk more about the five phenomenon and how it relates to their subjects. And then they're also going to show you a video on that to give you probably a better explanation of it. So anyway, the visual system is the part of the central nervous system which makes the organisms to process visual detail, as well as enabling several non-image forming photoresponse functions. It interprets information from visible light to build a representation of the surrounding world. So basically, if you're going to look at anything when you wake up, or if you go outside for the first time, for example, and you're walking out and there's bright sunlight and you see, you're like, oh my God, what's this? And you can't see right away. Your brain's taking that and processing that visually, putting it into perspective for you so you can try to clarify what you're seeing and then go from there. The visual system also accomplishes a number of complex tasks, including the reception of light, like I talked about, and the formation of monocular representations, the construction of a binocular perception from a part of two system projections, the identification and categorization of visual objects, assessing distances to and between objects, and guiding body movements in relation to the visual object. So basically what your visual perception is doing is taking everything into account, putting it into something your brain, your noggin can basically accept, and then giving it back to you so you can go out there and do what you got to do. So if you're getting up, for example, watching TV, any of the basic things you do, your brain's going through so many different functions to take that information, put it into something you can actually visualize and then see, and resolve all those ambiguities by making you look at different things. The psychological manifestation of visual information is known as visual perception. A lack of it is called blindness. So basically you see or you don't see. Of course, there's a gray area where you can have partial blindness, blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to really get into that. But the bottom line is how it works is you can either see or you can't see. Non-image forming visual functions independent of visual perceptions include the pupillary light reflex, PLR, and circadian photoentertainment. Sorry, I'm not very good on that. Are there any questions so far? Oh, Dr. Briggs, good question. How does my visual system recover three-dimensional information? That's an important question because what it is our retinal images, whether they form a two-dimensional image or form a three-dimensional image, are flat, a representation of a curved surface. Yet for the most part, we perceive an accurate world of depth, surfaces, and objects. So again, very good question about three-dimensional objects. Let me go on here and we'll talk a little bit about the five phenomenon. The five phenomenon basically is an optical illusion based on the principle that the human eye is capable of perceiving movement from pieces of information. For example, a succession of images. In other words, from a slideshow of a group of frozen images at a certain speed of images per second, we're going to observe the constant movement. And again, my teammates here are going to go ahead and give you a good video on that and hopefully discuss a little bit more since I'm not there to share in the wonderful education you guys are all getting. Again, the five phenomena is the optical illusion of our brains and eyes that allows us to perceive constant movement instead of a sequence of images. We're supplying information that does not exist between images and in between image and image that creates the illusion of a smooth movement. So you're not kind of like seeing that shifting thing. All you're seeing is what you're looking for. So when you wake up, you don't have kind of like that movie theater thing where the things are going from your eyes, you can't see anything. You're basically, oh, it's my hand. Look, it's a water bottle. Hey, look, that's some crown. So that's how it basically works. The five phenomenon is kind of like a big example of that. It also could be considered a basis of correct working of the cinema and only a limitation of the human eye, which depends on the persistence of visual sensations. So again, a little bit about the visual system, a little bit how we interpret stuff, how we use it, and then a little bit about how the five phenomenon thing is going on. With that in point, I want to thank you guys for your time. I hope you're having a great day in Cali because I'm having a good night in Florida. See you guys next week. Don't be too hard on my roommates, or I'm sorry, my teammates. Have a good time. Peace out from Florida. This is Rich.